In this video, we are going to have a discussion on what is a variable and what is a identifier. Okay, as you all know, a program consists of data and a set of instruction that process the data. Okay, so data can be a number or a character. In order to store this data into the memory, we need a variable. Okay, so variable is a very important, thing when we start with the C coding. Okay, so it consists of a data type that allot memory into the system when the program runs. Okay, and we also have the name of that variable through which we can identify that memory. Okay, so for example, if we have uh, you know a variable of type int and is age. Okay, so the first part, this is a keyword in C that allocate memory into the C program when it when the loader loads this program. Okay, it allocs the memory, and that memory is of type int. So there is certain block of memory that is assigned to this variable, and this memory we cannot recognize. Okay, so it may be of the type hex, right? So we cannot identify this memory like this. So in order to make it easy for a human to read it, we assign a variable name in the human readable format that is mapped to that address of the hex value. Okay, so that's why we use this memory. Okay, so in order to do this, there are few rules, okay, of defining this variable. So the first rule is this should be of minimum, that meaningful name should be there for a variable. We cannot give it x and y. For experimental purpose, we can do like x or y, but in order to have variable in our program, because our program is a very is very big, so there are a lot of variables in that program, so we need to have a specific name uh, depending on the functionality of the variable. So there are three steps while using this variable. First is the declaration part, which we did here, like int age, we declare the variable. Second part is the initialization part. For example, if we use this variable for now without initialization, it will be a garbage value as well. That will alter the operation of our program. So if we use is equal to 0 here, that is called the initialization. So the initial value of this variable is 0. Okay, it can be any other value as well. We can give it like this as well. Okay, so the thing is, here we initialize this variable. So next part is a assignment. Okay, so assignment part is we don't have to declare it, like we this variable already know that it is of a type int, and if we want to change this value, so for example, age is 90. Okay, so by doing this, we are assigning some particular value to this variable. Okay, so if we print this value, so we can use a output API printf, and here we can age is percentage d, then we have age here. Okay, so if we run this, this is variable. So as we see, the value of age came out to be 90. So if we remove this part of assigning, then the initial value will be printed. So if we again compile it and then run it, so the value here is 100. Okay. So this is how that variable is defined. Okay. But there are certain rules while we are using the variable in our program. So this is very small program I am defining, but if you are working on a big code, so we have to keep in mind few rules. So first is the name of the variable. It should be meaningful. It should not be in the form of x or y. Okay, because it will be misunderstood, because we are using a lot of variables in our code. So there may be hundreds of line in our program. So we should have a meaningful name. The name of this variable should not exceed 31 characters. Okay, that is according to the ANSYS C coding. And we can use letters, we can use digits and underscore as well while declaring this. Okay, and the thing is, like, if we this variable name is also a case sensitive. So if we type int age is equal to 30, so these two things are not same, because this variable name is a case sensitive part. Okay, so also, so we cannot start with a number over there, so it will give you an error. So expected an identifier. Okay, so it's not the real type of identifier, so it will give you an error. Also, we should not start this variable with underscore at the start. Okay, also, this variable should not be any reserved keyword or any command name. For example, we cannot name it as switch, while loop, while, like, for any other. Okay, so we should keep in mind while defining this variable. So this is all about the variables. Let's see in the next session. Thanks.